Our bereavement department is made up of different teams, and we're based in 2 locations, here at Putney Vale and also at North East Surrey Crematorium. And we've got the 2 crematoriums and 5 cemeteries. Our teams are our admin teams and our crematorium teams.
We're going to take you for a quick tour around our chapels here and give you a little bit of history. Chapels here were erected in 1890, originally just as a cemetery chapels. Then in 1938, they were converted into chapels for the crematorium. We have different types of memorials here. So these ones here are known as leather plaques, and people purchase them for a number of years, and they're dedicated to the person that's passed away. A lot of these go back to the 1950s. And they are as part of the building, so they will stay here all the time. So in this room we have bronze plaques at both ends, and here we have our Book of Remembrances, which opens on a daily basis on the appropriate day.
There's no standard day for me or for the team. Every day is different. What we do here is for our local communities, our families. They're always the focus. You don't know what to expect until you actually get here. So we deal with burials as well as cremations. It's a very hard time for people. It can go smoothly, and people can come suddenly with something that we weren't expecting, and we need to try and accommodate wherever we possibly can.
We always make sure that the chapel's always clean and tidy, ready for the funerals to go ahead that day. We also check any music or photos or any slideshows that have been downloaded via a company called Obertus, ready for the services, to make sure they're all okay. We then place out flower cards to our garden of remembrance, and that's where the flowers are laid after the funeral has taken place. Once we've done everything up here, we then go downstairs to make sure that any cremated remains or ashes are ready for the family or funeral director to collect.
You kind of have to have that kind of support and that team morale. We uplift each other. So that's one thing I really like, is the bonding of the team. I think the other thing I really like is, although working in bereavement can be challenging, it's also really rewarding, because you're getting family and loved ones, sort of coming in, and they're at their hardest part of challenges of what they're going to face. So, bereavement is one of the hardest things you're ever going to experience, and we know that we make a difference.
In Putney Vale we have many notable graves. We've got a famous Polish-British actor, which a lot of people probably know because he appeared in a couple of the Bond films. Another one we have is Dick Seaman. He was a racing driver, and he was one of the first British racing drivers to drive for Mercedes-Benz. And last but not least, we've got Vesta Tilley. She was a music hall girl, and we are coming up to next month, I think it is her 150th anniversary.
So it's an industry that's steeped in tradition. A lot of what we do comes back to Victorian times, and we want to try and be sensitive to that, but also realise that people have moved on and they want to see different, more modern things. And also we have very different communities now to what we had when the cemeteries opened originally. So we've got different religions and so many more people to cater for. When we make changes, especially in someone that's as old as this, over 130 years old, we do need to consider the fact that people will expect to see the same thing. They expect to come back to the same place, and they wouldn't want to see a drastic change. So everything we do in that respect has to be very sensitive to people's needs. We do a lot of work with charities, so this is new for me. I've come from a very corporate setup where it's all about profits, where here we've still obviously got to think about profits, but we're thinking about how we can use those profits to benefit people as well, because it's all being used within the spaces that we're either earning the money or for the communities around us.